Gschwend, Allen County, birth 2008. When I think about my experiences with the Kentucky Ham Project, instantly I think of the actual process of curing our hams, but I also think about making connections with others that are part of the Allen County 4-H that are not involved in some of the programs in which I am, and making connections with people in my community. First, I would like to start by discussing the actual process of curing and what I have learned during the actual process. First, you must know that this is my second year. I was very lost last year and as to what we were doing and why we were doing it. In March, we met at Clifty Farms to begin this year's process. We selected the two hams that we thought looked the best. We took one and covered it in with the salt and sugar mix, making sure it was covered and the hawk was covered. We wrapped it in a special white paper and placed it in a mesh sock. Once it one, once it is in the sock, we hung them up on the rack. Then we completed the process with our second ham. In June, we met back at Clifty Farms and washed our hams, restocked them, and returned the hams to the racks. When we met the third time in July, we picked which of our hams we would send to the fair. We oiled them and prepared them to the fair. When I took the ham that I was not sending to Kentucky Fair home, we took it to save a lot and had it cut up. Unlike last year, where my papa tried to cut it up himself, that didn't go so well. The manager complimented me and told my mom it looked like a very good ham. Since we are still new to country ham, he gave us a few suggestions about how to store it in sealed vacuum pack bags in the freezer. He recommended trying the ham slices in a frying pan as you would bacon and putting it on a buttermilk biscuit. He also suggested to cook some in with our green beans and baked beans. I can't wait to try that out. I knew some other participants in the ham project from other clubs. I am involved with 4-H. However, there were a few I didn't know and was able to meet. We all helped each other with the process. A few had been through it several times before and were able to give us pointers on what they had done in the past year. We helped each other with the socks because it was hard to do with only one person. We also helped each other pack up the ones that were not going to the fair. One thing that I learned about my community is Clifty Farms. Clifty Farms is one of the top-notch facilities for country ham in the state of Kentucky. The workers there are very gracious to open their doors to our program and teach them all of the 4-H members all about curing hams. Anytime I had a question, they were always willing to answer or guide me in curing my ham correctly. One of the men that works at Clifty Farms looked very familiar to me. I couldn't remember where I knew him from. He came over and reintroduced himself to me. He's a member of my church at Scottsville First United Methodist. Since the curing of the hams classes began, I have been able to make a bigger connection with him at our church and learn more about my church family. I have really enjoyed learning about the country ham curing process and how to each of the country ham. Since my family is from Pittsburgh, it has been a new experience for us the past 2 years. I have also enjoyed how being a part of the Country Ham project. I have been about to make connections with new people and strengthen with those I knew. Thank you.